Hello, everyone. I just wanted to provide a little bit of an update. You probably haven't heard from me in a little while, and that's because I've got, well, a lot of life stress that's going on, and my regular work has been giving me, well, 12-hour working days in the office, and so I haven't really been able to train much, and I'll admit it's been a little bit of a tough time, but I know that there's a lot of folks that are out there, kind of like in my situation, where corporate America decides that you're going to really take over and provide maybe not as much of a training experience as maybe you would like, or maybe just things that are kind of not necessarily 100% in your control that are things that you have to go and take care of. So, what I wanted to do was provide kind of a three list thing, or just really one of my top three items on which to consider when you're going through really tough times, like what I am going through right now, and provide a little bit of context as to how this may be able to help you, not just only with endurance sport or with triathlon, but how this can help you fare with your daily life in general. So I've got three things here that I want you to think about. The first is going to be, what is your priority? Whether this is working out, whether you've got family commitments, whether your job is taking paramount, figure out what is your priority for the day, for the week, for the month, for 6 months, for the year. Understand what this priority is. It may not necessarily be triathlon. It may not necessarily be fully endurance sport. And it may be from your real life work that is a little bit of higher priority. Also know where your family comes in. What about your regular well-being, your physical, social, emotional well-being? Triathlon is going to be there, but it may not be the highest priority depending on what you have set your priority. All right? The second thing I want you to think about is less is sometimes more. And the reason why we want to consider this is, especially for athletes that tend to be at least more in the advanced amateur, or they have a good lifestyle and routine, it's very easy in this sport, in endurance sport, to really train really hard and to think about, oh, you got to crank this workout. And when you're crammed in with a 12-hour workday, and then you're trying to squeeze these workouts in, sometimes you may actually want to step back a little bit and conserve a little bit of energy. Because again, this plays into what is going to be your priority. Where it may make sense, maybe a 45-minute easy ride at a lower effort is going to get you more bang than 30 minutes of really hard intensity intervals, right? Especially if you got another 12-hour day coming in. You want to come in to the next days fully recovered and use your fitness to your advantage, or use your lifestyle to your advantage. Use working out as a point of being able to release, to be able to relieve yourself from a lot of the stresses. And more often than not, going a little bit easier is perfectly fine. There will be times where you need to put in the higher intensity, but when things get really tough, when it comes to working out, sometimes backing off a little bit on that intensity is going to help you more in the long run. And the third thing that I really have in mind is that tough times never last, but tough people do. And you really need to think about here, the situation in which you're going to be in is not going to last forever. Or at least just about all the things that may be really stressful usually are not caused because of you, the person. Usually there's a lot of extra circumstantial things, such as outside influences that are out of your control. Maybe it's just the environment you're in, the business environment, physical, social, emotional, etc. Usually stresses are things that are outside of your control. And how do you deal with that? Well, it's not going to last. Even if it may be 6 months, it may feel like forever, but that time will not last. you've got many years ahead of yourself. And in the sport is always going to be there with you. And thus, the mentality of knowing what is going to be your priority, knowing that you want to work smart here, where sometimes doing a little bit less is going to provide you more, and being mentally tough throughout. Because the situation is not going to last, and it's about who you are as a person coming out of it that's ultimately going to make the difference. So there you have it. 3 items to, if you are struggling a little bit like I am, what are 3 things to go and consider when it comes to workouts, how to deal with certain stresses, and ultimately, how can it help you not only be a better athlete, but also be a better person? And with this information, if you like the content of this video, go and hit that subscribe button down for me on the bottom right-hand corner, as well as the bell notification to receive all the updates that, or all the videos that I go and post. And of course, comment down below. I'd love to hear what your additional thoughts are. And until the next video, Yoshi out.